Hawk to him. Hawk to him. Hawk to him.
The last time I got into a 1v1 fistfight, I tried using an unreleased combo move called the axe shot back shot, where basically I would swing low with an axe to distract them, pull out a Nerf gun, and then repeatedly shoot them up the guyat until their butthole was fully loaded with foam bullets. But when a crazy Karen gets into a 1v1 fight against the cops, they also have some questionable fighting techniques. When Stupid Karens Try to Fight Cops by Dr. Insanity.
This entitled Karen is about to attack this police officer in the most brutal way possible and be forced to face the consequences.
Get out of here. Get the... Hey!
Okay, hear me out. But that's kind of hot, isn't it? Like, isn't that what happens when you're doing the, like, the frickety-frickety? Like, you just playfully bite each other? Like, this, it's kind of kinky, honestly. I wouldn't mind being bitten by a woman, even if it's like a crazy Karen.
But that's just one of 5 examples of when stupid Karens try to fight cops and learn why you should never mess with the law. Starting with the case of Jenny Rose Saunders, who was found on April 26, 2022, driving a car with a suspended registration. However, when a local officer went to confront her about this, she decided to give them a night they wouldn't forget.
How are you, man? Officer Balzar, Scotts Plains Police. Your license, registration, insurance?
Yeah, thank you.
You have your license, you have your license, registration, insurance?
Yep, not a problem. Thank you.
I need your license. Ma'am, your license, registration, and insurance. If you don't comply, I will break the window.
Do it.
And you will be placed under arrest.
Do
you
it.
Understand that?
Do it.
In typical Karen fashion, she starts by being as awkward as physically possible and refuses to talk to the cops. If this is all that this case entailed, then it'd be just another day in the life for these officers. But this was just the start of an extremely dangerous and shocking situation.
Ma'am, step out of the vehicle.
Sorry, I'm trying to call someone to make sure that I'm safe.
Out.
So she gets pulled over by the cops in like the most non-confrontational way possible. Like no guns are drawn. And she's also a white woman against a white cop. And so it's not like, you know, she's afraid of being racially discriminated by the cop. Who is she calling? She's calling like her husband, her lawyer. What are they meant to do? Like they're just meant to like tell her like deep breaths in and out, count to 10.
Make sure that I'm
Step
safe.
out of the vehicle. You are safe. Stop.
I don't feel safe. I do not feel safe.
Don't trap my
Feel safe.
Don't trap my arm.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Bro,
Lower the window, you're gonna hurt this
Lower
officer.
your window.
Bro, he has his arm trapped in the thing, and she's like, "What are you doing?" As if it was his fault for getting it trapped in there, as if she wasn't the one who trapped it in there.
Lower your window.
Ma'am, lower
your window with your other arm.
Ma'am,
Lower your
the
window.
Lower it with the other arm, bro. She's using one arm to call the like her husband or whatever, and she's pretending that her other arm is disabled, so she can't lower the window. She's holding her phone in her right hand. But even then, you can easily just put the phone down, like put it on speaker, then use your right arm to like lower the window.
This officer is now trapped and unable to move, but that doesn't seem to concern the woman, and instead of winding down the window and complying with orders, she decides to escalate things even further.
You are now under arrest.
Ma'am,
You are
lower
now
the
under
window.
arrest.
Ma'am, lower the window.
You are now under. Stop.
Oh,
Ma'am, lower the window.
even more circulation. What is she
Lower the
doing?
window.
She's pulling the arm as well.
Ma'am, lower the window.
She's pulling his arm in as well. They have to break it at this point.
Send an additional unit.
Why wouldn't you break it?
Car.
Get out of the car. You're arrested.
Why?
What did I do? I'm
Aggravated
just trying to
assault
call
on
my
aggravated
lawyer.
Raise the
assault.
window and officer. Can we open this?
I didn't realize he could put my...
Wait, but why didn't they just break the window earlier? Because I think when he first got his hand stuck in there, surely, like, that's enough of a reason to break the window at that point. Why did they wait for it to get, like, even worse? Like, it was, like, literally cutting off his blood circulation. And she was even pulling on his arm, trying to, like, pull him in, putting her feet on the window as well, trying to, like, pull him in like it's, like, tug of war. Maybe she's just lonely. That's why she was, like, calling her lawyer instead of her husband. Maybe she was, like, recently divorced, and she wanted to pull the police officer into her car so that she could have a bit of a, you know, frickety time with him. I think that's probably, like, the most likely explanation. I think that's probably the story.
Can we open this door?
Why are you guys doing this right
Ma'am,
now?
you're under arrest. Ma'am,
What did I do? Can you tell me what I did,
you're
you
arrested for
guys?
aggravated assault against a police officer.
Can you tell me what I did? I am
You're under
hurt
arrest.
here.
You're under arrest.
Under arrest for
Step out of the
what?
car.
I'm pretty sure she must be like under the influence of like drugs or alcohol. Like there's no way you just do that to a police officer and ask like, "What did I do? What did I do?" Bro, are you stupid?
Step out of the car. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Under arrest for what? Can you
Aggravated assault.
How is there aggravated assault? Could you please tell me?
Karens like this always seem to have a major case of selective hearing and only choose to listen to things that benefit them. Initially, this was just a simple traffic law stop and could have even been a misunderstanding or false flag. But her violence and ignorance landed her with an assault charge and the bill for a broken window.
Pat her down real quick. Yeah, search her now.
Serious right now?
Yeah, you're under arrest.
Do you have a mother? Do you have a sister?
We're past that already. You're under arrest for aggravated assault.
Do you have a mother? Do you have a sister? Oh wait, yeah, I do. Oh, my bad. My bad. You're not under... How do we undo this? Let's get the keys for the handcuffs. You're not under arrest anymore. Get back in the car. We'll send you some cash later today to fix your window. And you can just drive off. Have a great rest of your night. Is this what she expects them to do?
He told you multiple times to lower your window, open the door, and then when he put his arm through your window and you intentionally raised the window and then hurt this officer, now you're under arrest for aggravated assault. And plus,
You are accusing me of something I did not do.
you're not. You're under arrest.
You're accusing me of something I did not do. Are you serious right now?
Are you guys serious right now?
Bro, that's what I said. That's what I just said.
So can I...
Step into the vehicle and watch your head.
Perhaps the
Bonk.
most shocking part of this case is that this woman isn't drunk and she's not on drugs. She's
What?
just high on entitlement and displaying only the worst symptoms.
There's no
So
way.
you're not giving me any
No way.
chance to retrieve my stuff or make sure my things are okay?
Stay there.
Why? You're not going to tell me why I was pulled over to
Ma'am,
begin
watch your
with?
foot. Watch your foot. You explain everything. Just watch your foot.
No, you're not explaining.
And things don't change back at the station either.
You're gonna get some wall.
You guys playing for my
Put your hands against the wall. On the wall. On them.
I really do not
Alright,
want
do you want to get obstruction too?
I
But
already
you're
got
not following instructions is your
They're
problem.
on the wall.
No, they're not. They're not touching.
Are you going to clean them?
Put them on the wall,
Are
and
you
I'm not
gonna
going to
clean
tell
them?
you again.
So could you clean it for me, please?
Do you? No.
I mean, to be fair, that was my first thought as well. Like, the walls look very dirty. Like, imagine how many, other criminals would have put their hands on there, like, their filthy hams. Like, imagine how many gooners who don't wash their hands ever have just, like, put their hands on that same wall at that exact same height. Like, they've got their homemade special sauce all, like, caked onto their hands and they just, like, transfer it onto the wall.
Oh, here it is. So then I'm putting them on the wall.
Ma'am, I'm not going to
They're
have
not
sex with
moving.
you.
They're not moving. I
Place
assure
them.
you.
I don't want your shirt.
Can I pee?
want no.
Can I
Put
pee?
your hands on the wall now.
I need
I'm
to
not
pee.
asking you a question.
Can I pee?
Place your arms on the wall. If I have to hold them, I will
Can
hold
I
them.
pee,
when I'm
please?
done.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. If somebody could just, listen.
Okay, so I think now I sort of understand the Karen mentality even better because I'm pretty sure this person is so used to like arguing their way out of things that the person that she's arguing with eventually gives up and says, you know what, it's fine if you don't put your hands against the wall. And so I think she's used to just winning every single argument. Like she probably has like a 100% win rate, like maybe like a 99% win rate. But of course, when it comes to the cops, like you can't argue with the cops. Like they're not gonna let this slide.
It would be so hard, right? It would be done already.
I'm so sorry that you have such a life, because I do too. But Jesus, you picked the wrong job.
Yeah, I picked the wrong job.
Yeah, you did.
Thankfully, Jenny Rose was taught a harsh lesson. When she was charged with aggravated assault on a police officer, resisting arrest, and obstruction of justice, it was also quickly discovered that she had an active warrant out for her arrest in New Jersey and a fugitive warrant out in Pennsylvania. This clearly wasn't the first time Jenny Rose had been on the wrong side of the law, but at least she didn't lash out at the cops in the same way this next Karen did. In the morning of May 26, 2023, a janitor had asked this woman to leave the bathroom so he could enter and clean everything. But the woman got extremely aggressive with the janitor, arguing and shouting profanities at him. Cops were called, and this is the extremely strange and violent interaction that followed.
Got ID on us?
No.
Already filming with the
No,
camera.
why do I need to give you my ID?
Because I'm conducting an investigation.
I'm going to report you when I get done. Give
Okay,
you the
what's your name?
information that I need, and I'm putting this. I'm telling
What's
you
your
I'm
name?
filming this.
Despite her reluctance to give it up, the cops soon learned her name was Maya and that she was far from pleased with the events of that morning, already claiming that she was going to report this officer just seconds into the interaction. And as you may expect, her unsatisfyingly stale demeanor wouldn't stop here.
All right, ma'am, you can lose the attitude or just put you in handcuffs.
You can do what you got to do.
You're not in control here, ma'am.
Yes, I am.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, you can lower your voice. I'm gonna put you in handcuffs and take you to jail for disorderly conduct. I'm going to inform you of some city ordinances, such as we have a no camping in the city of Key West. Essentially, if you have a barrier between yourself and the ground and/or your personal
Camping?
elements, that is camping. It does not matter if you're asleep or not. If you're caught camping From this point forward, you can and will be arrested.
Oh wait, so it's same as like COD camping. So she's basically just camping outside the toilet. Like maybe that's like a spawn point or something. Spawn camping, yeah, that is pretty like annoying.
The cop then politely informs Maya of a few laws pertinent to her current situation, as she seems to be camping in the local parks, which in the city of Key West is illegal. But predictably, she takes offense to this as well and threatens to send the video she took of this simple interaction to her lawyer.
So if you turn around and film this,
I did. I gave that to my lawyer yesterday.
Stop, ma'am. I'm only going to tell you one more time not to raise your voice at me.
This is how
I have not yelled at you.
So don't ask me any questions because this is how I talk.
Ma'am, last warning. I'm just going to put you in handcuffs. You're not going to yell at me. You're not going to scream at me. You need to turn around and film the rules and regulations of all the parks and city beaches, because if you break any of those city ordinances, you can and will be arrested. Here's your identification. All these warnings will be annotated. Well, that's not very nice. That's very rude, actually.
Unfortunately, Maya didn't find this particularly funny and actually took so much offense that she decided to call 911 despite the cops' goodwill in letting her go. This prompted them to track her down just minutes after sending her on her way for another, more serious discussion.
Wait, she's calling 911, but aren't the cops 911? So she calls 911, and then the police officer that's here on the scene already pulls his phone out of his pocket and he answers the call and starts talking to her.
Put your phone down. Put your bag down.
They're arresting me now.
Turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. I'm arresting you for misuse of 911. You do not have a legitimate emergency, and you have 2 police officers standing in front of you.
Let's go so I can report you.
Stop. Face the wall.
Don't touch me. I do not want you patting me down or anything.
I don't care. That's not how this works.
Do not touch me.
Ma'am, stop. You're not getting in my vehicle unless I search you.
So you need to call a female. Do not f***ing touch me.
That is not how
If you touch me, I swear to God, I'm going to kick. I'm going to fight. I swear to God.
Separate your feet.
No, you're not touching me.
Ma'am.
You're not touching my
Whoa. Oh, she's going second mode. Oh, they're searching her while they're... Okay.
You need to stop.
It's a 2-in-1, so they're sort of fighting her as they're searching her at the same time. But I mean, to be fair, I fully understand why she would want a woman, like, patting her down instead of the man. But I wonder if, like, that's a law. Like, are they allowed to request a woman to search them down?
In fairness, she did warn them, and as the cop said, that's just not how this works. Maya is delivering a masterclass in how to turn what was initially just a simple discussion into a litany of criminal charges, and there was actually even more to this scuffle than meets the eye.
No, I did not bite you. I did not f***ing bite you.
Did I bite
What is that?
I did not do that. You lying.
Right there.
You squirt me, and I do have injuries.
Ma'am?
You see that?
You need to
Don't
calm down.
play with me.
Ma'am?
You threw me to the ground like a f***ing man.
You tried to elbow me.
You can't.
Because you tried to touch my vagina.
Stop.
Get the from over me like
Do
that.
not.
Get off of me.
Stop.
If you scrape me up, that's more.
Well, you've already elbowed me, bit him.
Because you tried to touch my vagina.
Nobody tried to touch
And you
your
did
vagina,
not get
ma'am.
elbowed. You lying now. You trying to make the
okay.
situation worse. But I got it on camera.
But I mean, how did she manage to bite him? Like, she was handcuffed. It's not like she could have grabbed the arm and just bitten him. Like, how do you allow your arm to get so close to, like, a handcuffed person just like biting like a dog? I think that's, like, low-key, like... It's a bit of a skill issue, honestly. Like, she's handcuffed. Like, she can't move. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, human bites are more dangerous than, like, dog bites and, like, other animal bites. Because they can get, like, really infected. Because, like, you know, we have a lot of bacteria in our mouths. So that's why even though it's, like, you know, it doesn't look painful, there's, like, a really high risk of, like, you know, infection. It's, like, it's worse than a dog bite. But she's trying to say that they tried to touch her lasagna. And, like, I don't know, like, to be fair... What weapon could you fit up your lasagna? Because it's not like you can fit an entire gun up your lasagna. And if you try to fit like a knife up your lasagna, won't you just cut it? Unless you only put like this, like the handle up the lasagna, and then the sharp bit is just like sticking out, sort of like a metal dingling.
Maya bit, kicked, slapped, and elbowed these cops in the takedown, and she's trying to claim that they were being abusive to her. Eventually, a second set of officers arrived on the scene to assess the situation, and would you believe it? She continued to act violent and disorderly, and was taken into custody on 2 counts of battery on a cop, 1 of resisting arrest, and another of misusing 911. Maya was definitely old enough to know better, but it's almost more disappointing to see an 18-year-old act the same way. This girl was pulled over after multiple calls were received alerting police to what seemed like a heavily impaired driver. Apparently, she was swerving around the road, driving into oncoming traffic, and had even hit multiple things with her car.
Yeah? What kind of errands you running?
You know, grocery shopping, filling bills, just adult things.
Paying bills? What does that mean? Is that... Wait, does she mean paying bills? I don't think that actually means anything. Paying bills. Okay, so maybe that's one of the signs that she's under the influence of, you know, alcohol or drugs.
So where were you coming from?
I am on the way to pick up on my friend, and I don't like doing things by myself because I have anxiety, so I like people coming on rides with me. So I was gonna go pick her up so I can...
But it seemed like a friend wasn't the only anxiety alleviant that this girl needed on her trip to complete all of her adult tasks, as the cops immediately spotted several suspiciously rectangular pills on the front seat.
For me, it pretty much stays simple there.
Ma'am, is your ID in your purse? Alright, I'll get it. I'll get it. Hey.
Oh, you're under arrest. You're under arrest.
Over there at the
Get out.
Of your car.
Get out.
Do you hear me?
Okay, but if you were more respectful about it, if I'm just saying...
Shut up. God, you're under arrest. Get out.
We're all humans here.
Well, I mean, no offense, but like... You don't really look that human, honestly. I think if we got invaded by aliens, maybe you would be the first one to get kidnapped by them.
Where's your ID at? Is it in here?
Can I look for my wallet? Well, like, why are you looking for my wallet? The thing is, that's my property. You have no choice.
Actually, I do, because I found freaking Xanax bars on your driver's seat. If you want to explain something, explain those.
Girl, the fact that you're just looking through my stuff.
They were in plain view.
Yep.
As the interaction continues, the girl seems to become more and more incoherent and confused. It's almost like she knows the pennies dropped and starts to become more and more confrontational.
Would you like to sit down on the grass over there?
I can sit down in my car.
No, you cannot.
What if I just have like hand up everything?
No, you're not getting back in your car. You can sit on the grass over there, or we can sit in the back of this car here, whichever one you prefer. Okay?
I'm gonna get my phone.
No, you're not. You're staying right here.
Okay, but why can't I get my phone to, like, at least have
You're not getting back in that car until they're done.
Okay, but I feel like I should be able to... It's my right to, like, record anything that's happening in
Everything's
my life.
being recorded right here.
I know, but why can't I record it for myself?
You're not going back in that car.
But why can't I record?
You can request this recording.
You can come with me to my car. My phone is right on that seat. One of y'all can come to me to that seat to get my car.
Bro, the more intoxicated she becomes, the more she sounds like some, like, random surfer dude.
Yeah, bro, can I get my phone into my car? I want my own recording of my phone. Frick you.
Unfortunately for her, the cops have now had enough of her rambling and decide to get down to business, and we get the pleasure of seeing her try to explain away everything.
Has your car always been like that in the front?
Yes, I have. Yeah, honestly, what happened first? Okay, see this part of my car?
I do.
One day I came back from work, like, just like, was like getting off and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was missing. No clue how it was missing. It was missing.
When I got here, I saw your demeanor, your actions, and all that stuff, okay? I'm looking at your pupils, I'm looking at your eyes, and I think that you might be under the influence of some type of narcotic. Not alcohol, but I believe in narcotic.
I understand.
Okay? So based off of what I'm seeing so far, would you be willing to do a field sobriety test to dispel my suspicions that you're under the influence of any type of narcotic?
It's never a good idea to decline these tests, but with how terribly the girl performed in them, she'd probably have a better chance of testing her luck in court. As you may expect, she was quickly put in handcuffs, and that's when her behavior went from dazed to dangerous.
I work with harassment. Ooh, damn, girl. Touching me up.
What?
Down. I said...
Bro, does she think this is like a corner or something?
You got her?
Yeah.
Come on.
You want to try that? Oh, you want to choke?
Oh, she's kicking. Okay.
Ow,
Oh, the dogs are out. The feet are out. Their feet are out.
choke me out, girl.
Oh, handcuff the feet. Can you handcuff the feet? Can you handcuff the feet?
Oh, you really want to choke me out, girl?
Handcuff the feet.
Bitch, I was not doing nothing.
handcuff the feet.
You want to choke me?
With the delirious girl finally secured in the back seat, the only danger left now is to the sanity of the officer made to drive her back to the station.
Last time one of you guys took me to the mental hospital, my grandparents could not find me for weeks! Okay, and you officers were like, oh, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna say this is wrong, but all you guys do is lie!
That's gonna be a fun ride out there.
Yeah. Man, I can still hear her screaming. I can still hear her.
Bro, what is up? You can hear the screaming.
Jeez.
Bro, she sounds like a, what is that, like a siren. She sounds like the police siren. The police don't even have to use their siren anymore. They just stick her in the back of the car. She just starts screaming louder than like what the police siren would be.
Unfortunately, it's unknown what she was charged with, but it's likely amounted to a DUI and resisting. Lastly, though, the only place more common to see a Karen than screaming at cops is at an airport, screaming at cops. At Salt Lake City International Airport, this woman had just been informed that she'd have to give up her aisle seat and instead take one in the middle. A reasonable request with many possible causes, but it ended up causing her to go absolutely ballistic and giving us one of the most hilarious Karen freakouts of all time.
I told them, then the girls let me sit where I wanted to sit, and then they took me off the plane. But I walked off allowing. They did not arrest me. They did not handcuff me. They did not touch me to get off the plane.
What's going on? So nobody...
They need to let me, either they need to buy me a hotel ticket and get me back to New York, or they need to let me aboard the plane.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure she already got kicked off that plane for like not giving up the aisle seats. And then now she's in the airport and then the police are coming to arrest her.
If she wants to get back on the plane, then she's gonna have to calm down first. Airlines like these value customer comfort more than anything and reserve every right to refuse boarding. There's a reality where this woman calms down, apologizes, and accepts her middle seat fate. But that'd be too simple for a Karen like this.
Your behavior, okay?
My behavior?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a plane for the aisle seat.
She bought the plane. She bought the entire plane.
Which is a middle seat. That is not what I paid for.
But instead, you paid for a $106 million Boeing 737-800. Great. What is this person doing flying on a public plane? Can't she afford her own private jet then?
You have your ID?
What does that have to do with anything?
Right now the police are here. We're going to find out the who, the why, the what. So I just need to know who you are.
Better.
Yeah, let's go have a seat over there.
Let's come over here so that...
Let's go have a seat over there.
All right, well, you better get me a hotel.
Now, sit down. Now.
No, I would like to hear what people are saying.
Just have a seat. You can have a conversation.
I'm allowed to hear what they are saying.
Right there, because I'm going to catch up with you. Okay.
How is that thin ice? What have I done?
We're trying to like
They have tried to work with me by taking me off the plane? Ask them.
That's why Officer Cross, listen to me. He's going to go...
What have I done on the plane?
Well,
I would like to ask you what I have done on the plane.
Her behavior is slowly becoming more and more combative, and she's going from annoyed to angry, prompting the cops to become defensive and put her back in her place.
You're going to be escorted
I don't live here. I live in New York.
Well, good. Okay. Delta.
Dude, he was paying for my ticket.
You're going to have to... You got refunded.
I got refunded to live in Utah?
What's so bad about Utah? Is Utah really a bad state? Wait, they have low crime rates, so that's pretty safe. It has a high quality of life.
We're going to walk out. Because
I don't live here. I don't know anyone here. If anything, I need to get a ride back to New York.
Delta is denying you service, okay? Delta Airlines, a private company, is denying you service.
Why though? Because you guys denied me service. Why? You don't even know why.
Okay,
so you better get me a flight back to New York. Okay. I don't live in Utah.
Jacqueline,
I've never been here.
Jacqueline,
dude,
walk out. We can work on you.
Where am I gonna go?
I can answer those questions, but we're gonna walk out.
No, I don't want to go anywhere. Where am I gonna go in Utah?
Her frustration is somewhat understandable, as she's now stuck in a state she doesn't know, with nowhere to go, but she's only making it worse by acting this way, and there's only one way this can go.
You keep doing this yelling, we're gonna look at criminal charges, okay? Disorderly conduct.
Dude, this is on you, though!
This is not on me, okay?
Yeah, this is on you!
You caused a disturbance, they have deplaned
No, I did not cause a disturbance!
Jacqueline?
They told me I would get an aisle!
Jacqueline?
Alright, dude,
okay,
give me my...
come here.
Give me my... I didn't do...
Let's go stand
Stop!
your hands behind your back.
Stop! I don't live in Utah!
Stop resisting, hands behind your back.
I don't live in Utah!
Bro, that uncle over there, bro, that Asian uncle, he looks like my uncle. What is he even to do, bro? He's just witnessing this whole thing. He's just, bro, what do you even do in this situation? They could be tourists, like, visiting, like, America for the first time. They just witness this. This is their first impression of America. He's just pretending he doesn't see it. He's just trying not to stare to get this person angry.
Stop resisting, hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Hands behind your back.
Let me just go home. Let me just go home.
Put this
Let
hand
me
behind
just
your back.
go home. No.
Jacqueline.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Put your hand behind your back. Stop resisting. Where's your car, Sarge?
Get up.
Right there.
Whoa. Whoa!
This arrest might be a blessing in disguise for the woman, though, as at least now she won't have to worry about finding accommodation because she'll be spending the night behind bars.
Well, I guess that's a happy ending. Yeah? I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Well, I guess your new home for the night will be, the jail.